This video is happening in this moment because my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mom is working her fucking ass off alongside with me to pay off these cards, to pay off the cards, to pay the printing company, and to receive the cards, and to just have it be done. So, while that is happening over the next week or so, Temperance and the Sun. I guess in the other post I mentioned that I don't regret much, and probably the result of that or the reason that post resulted, or it got it was able to draw up those feelings, to tap into it again and feel what it's like to be in this way. It's almost better because I can sell them, I can gift them, I can pay my mom back in little portions. But to be real, I have to sacrifice a lot more than I receive. So if I receive a lot, I'm sacrificing a lot. And it's not always the things I receive. Sometimes it's if I get a big abundance, it may be following a big event, big emotions, things to work through, situations to diffuse. And that's not all my responsibility. But for a certain period of time, it's good to encourage, it's good to wingman, increasing their confidence. A mistake that I was eager to not make, 144, is fully releasing after a dream of a completed no longer suicidal, healing that, right? When they're no longer at risk for that. Just because you receive the dream is a great indicator, or they receive the dream, it's a great indicator. But when it comes down to it, it's not to just, oh, I'll let go, release, and then it blows away in the wind, 222. Not that that's always a bad thing, but if you were constructing something and then it blows away in the wind, that may not be favorable. So just a slow release, which restores balance because it does create more freedom on both parts. The waters come flowing in, which means that there's going to be new ideas, unique ideas, and so you will be receiving as much as you are creating. In the big picture, it might not always be at the same time. Yikes. Sometimes you will be called to connect with someone that doesn't stay for very long, or someone that doesn't like you. And this is going to reveal different patterns and structures within both to solidify your path along the way. Meaning, like, lights are coming up ahead. Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And then also with those other two, Death came out. Something that I've noticed, something you may be healing, one of these things that may come up could be Queen of Cups energy. Is that like the hierarchy, the respect your elders, the age thing, right? Like, oh, the oldest goes first or the youngest goes first. And people always love that until it's time to be accountable, right? And that is where people were getting stuck, is I shouldn't be the one telling them this. I shouldn't be the one teaching them this. They should have been the one to teach me. So, I see. There's a lot of like these little things, but like the baseline healing plan that I have, it covers this. Like every single video has covered this solution, the balancing, the remedy. But it's like the message is different, not like exactly what I'm saying, but the things that are healing or combating are different. So that's really cool. So a new wheel might be turning. Like you may have been focused on one rusty wheel the whole time, or one rusty part, and you're like all going all around looking for other parts, this and that, but then you finally fix it and you look at the other wheel and you're like, oh crap. And then there's a potential that that old part could actually work better in this new position, or it just needs a little tweaking. You're gonna focus on this thing, or zooming back out as a whole. That was a lot of ors, so whichever one feels right or makes sense. Or if you're just relaxing and not really taking anything in, that's totally acceptable as well. The Empress. So one of the skills you might be honing in on is being able to read energy without needing words. Kind of like a lie detector, but without needing conversation, without needing to hear certain things, without needing to hear the truth, and without needing to hear the lie. Just being able to read energy for what it is. That will bring you the solutions that you seek. And this is why community is important, because if someone is snapping and the other people come in to assist, it creates a greater healing than just self. And that's when they'll say that the external and the internal coincide. Okay, and if you're still feeling regretful or remorseful of a decision, Five of Swords. Okay, society as a whole, 747. Society as a whole is reevaluating their priorities. So if you felt like you were caring too much or you didn't care at all, there was a purpose to that. It's like how I say, like evening the field, but also so that you could understand what it's like when so many things are outside of your control, or when too many things are in your control, which is all judgment and all perspective. So you can handle this, you can handle that, yes, but for the next time, it's like you're creating plans for yourself. Maybe your workload is changing, maybe your clientele is changing, maybe your friends are changing. If your clientele is changing, chances are your friends are changing. For me, there's no difference between the two, and that is just why I'm saying what I'm saying. Your clientele and your friends can affect each other. If your clientele is all a certain type of people and your friends are like fearful or rejectful of those types of people, very judgmental of those types of people, it can affect it, right? They can bleed over. So making sure that you're holding that accountability, like for me, I try to say I would never say anything behind their back that I wouldn't say to their face, because plenty times I did say stuff behind people's backs and it got to their face anyway, and I would have to do that. And it's just skipping a fucking step, right? It's not, oh you too scared, or oh this. I mean, some people, yeah, some people won't ever say it to your face. And you know what? That's good, because sometimes the worst ones, the ones that is most scared, they don't deserve you 10-10. They don't deserve you calling them out to their face and stuff like that. Like, what you fucker, huh? Yeah. Because they've received that their whole life. And so the fact that you're matching that energy but you're behaving differently will be the healing for them. Not everybody is to be calling them out to their face. And not every girl is super fucking tita and will fucking knock everybody out to prevent certain things from happening to their friends or protect their friends, right? And then sometimes there's the overprotective, you swing before you even know what's going on, and sometimes can fuck things up a little bit. 1044. So this is a bringing together of all your people skills, a reevaluation, a reflection of your people skills and operational skills and the things that make you happy. And when you redesign your work in something that makes you happy, then you are not weary of defending it 11-11 if someone becomes defensive or attacky. And then you are able to emulate that back to them. So it's like a multiple like a house of mirrors planet. Well, I'll be damned. The 8 of coins and the 7 of cups. Okay, the 7 of cups, according to the last unicorn. Schmendrick's eyes are tightly shut as he concentrates on calling upon the magic that often eludes him. Fingertips sparkling with potential. The power he summons glistens on the leaves and sends them cascading down around him as they tremble at his might. Curved eloquently above his head is a crescent filled with shimmering purple cups as he attempts to manifest his dreams into reality. Though he calls to the magic, he does not control it and merely asks that it do as it will. The visages of Robin Hood, Maid Marian, and the merry men he conjures pass through the campfire safely, evidence they are only illusions. And I remember that I read this before and I had something to say that, well, they could be an illusion, but also at the same time, if they're there and he's experiencing it, it's real for the most part. So that was there. It is important to dream, but you must be cautious not to fall prey to wishful thinking. Are you using these daydreams to escape an unwanted reality rather than confronting your own issues? Multiple paths are open to you, but not all are realistic or will lead to true happiness. You must be willing to shift from this phase of dreaming to a phase of hard work and dedication to accomplish your goals. Okay, yes. Which is kind of basically what I said, but the illusion of this 7 of cups is that wishful thinking and daydreams are not part of manifesting the reality that you want. How the fuck are you gonna go do something and you don't even know how to articulate it? Sometimes that happens first and then you learn to articulate it later. Yes. But all this shit of reality and realistic, especially in a fucking tarot card deck, is bullshit. It's supposed to be at that brink of what you think reality is and what you think is unrealistic. It's supposed to bridge the two together. You are bringing things into this world from other worlds, vice versa. So this whole meaning of this card is like, yes, but just a sliver. This is that you already have done. You have mastered doing the hard work already. 333. You know how to work hard. You may work so hard it's easy to you. You may be so fit that it's easy to you, but it is so much work. And when working with disabled or handicapped people, you got to remember that, and you got to use that to your strength. That well, if I can lift me up 5 times and this person needs like 2 times lifting, I can cut that and share that, and I'm rich, bitch, in my energy, in my health. Right? And some people will say helping someone else is unrealistic. Well, you need all that 5. And that may very well be true later down the road. But is there not other people to usually call upon? Is in moments where you needed help and you had to find your own way out by yourself, that you were unable to, like, no, you did it, right? You figured it out. You survived. Right? So realistic, unrealistic, this label, that label, oh this, oh that. From this point forward, you're no longer letting other people tell you how you feel. And you are no longer telling other people how they feel. Now, it is a little bit different if someone's trying to explain something to you and they're like, I don't know. It's a little different if you are being an active listener and you're trying to repeat back to them what you interpreted from your own perspective. That's fine. But forcing, right? So that would look like you sharing your perspective, active listening back at them, and they go, no, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. And instead of going, okay, let me think a little more, let me reflect a little more, or whatever, or, oh, you know what, yeah, I could see that, and this and that. If it's just, no, like, well, you are, like, no, like, no, it's this, no, I know how you feel. Like, even if you have that ability, right? If they do not accept it, it is not their truth. And then so even if it is a truth, if it is not their truth, it's not going to align. The medicine's not going to work the same because the energetics are going to be off. Okay. Thank you. Oh.